Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Doechii is copying Nicki Minaj's rap style. Coco Jones gets mixed reviews over her risque song taste.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. I want to get into this
Oh, they
whole
both look
discussion about
beautiful.
Doechii being compared
Oh,
to Nicki Minaj. Now, recently, she did drop this
this is
song with a
Nikki's hair.
K-pop artist named Jenny called Extra L, and a lot of people
She ate Jenny up.
Oh yeah,
Just saying.
we reacted. Check it out, guys.
It's not a K-pop channel if you're interested.
noticed that Doechii sounds an awful like Nicki Minaj. Now, I've been saying that Doechii reminds me of Nicki, and she does.
I don't know. Do you think so?
I feel like okay because I know that for Nikki, she does the extra, like the anime, the type of rap. Like remember when she did Roman? And Doechii, the trend that's popular on TikTok is her the inhale, exhale. Yeah. But can someone just like own just
That's
being
what I'm
animated?
thinking. I'm
Like,
like thinking there's like what, five
yeah,
female rappers.
there's so
So
many
like,
people that
yeah.
do animate. You want them to be animated. You want them to be hype in their raps, so you can like get hyped too. So I'm not mad at Doechii. I'm not saying she's copying Nicki,
Yeah,
but
I think it's a little bit of a reach. I
yeah.
don't. I don't think she's copying Nicki.
I just feel like when it comes to ladies in rap, the fans are very territorial of who's in what spot and what position. And Doechii, she's up, she's coming up, she's coming up
She is.
in
She
the
is.
in the in the billboards, and people's favorites, they're not seen in the billboards charting at this moment. So they can be bitter and feel like they have to do what they have to do to protect their idol.
Sometimes remind me of Doja Cat, and she reminds me a lot of Azalea Banks. In fact,
Okay, so copying Nicki, copying Doja Cat, and copying Azalea Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. Really? They're copying everybody? I guess that's a new person. They take a little bit of everything, and that's a new person. Which, I mean, to be fair, that's how oftentimes it's done.
I think Doechii is going to be what Azalea Banks should have been, to be honest. But Doechii does remind me of various artists, and yes, she has her own style, but she does take references from different artists. And Nicki Minaj seems to be the artist that she takes some pretty noticeable references from her sound effects to her cadence to her flow, sometimes even her lyrics. And there are some fans who pointed it out. In fact, there was a reel that kind of compared Doechii's rap style to Nicki's rap style on certain songs like Roger That, Roman Holiday, Bottoms Up. You kind of see the similarities when you put Nicki's rap style side by side with Doechii's rap style. And Nicki's fan base did point it out, but they did face opposition from other people who support Doechii. One person
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
In K-pop, when they try to prove plagiarism, so they cut out random pieces from random music videos to like, oh, this is what.
Yeah, I'm sure you could collect a lot of
Yeah,
evidence
like
to
you can
support your
like
case.
if you want to make a case, you
Yeah.
can like pick and choose to like make your narrative. Yeah, sure, but
Mm-hmm.
to like say somebody like copying, it would have to be the whole thing, not just like
Mm-hmm.
one line from here, another line from there, a
Mm-hmm.
third like wardrobe choice from here, and like that's not
Mm-hmm.
how it works.
But can people say that Nicki owns the style?
No.
Is no one free to at least dabble in that style, even if they're inspired by it?
Yeah, everybody. I don't think so.
said, whenever there's another successful female rapper, you want to compare them to Nicki. Give it a break. We need a new storyline. The way they do this when there's a new rising female rapper, we are tired. Doechii is a true student of hip hop and rap and is inspired by multiple great artists, which is another reason why she is the talented artist that she is. If you plan to be great at something, you're going to study it, and that's what she does. I couldn't be more of an anti-bar, but I do hear the similarities. Like if Nicki had actual lyricism, substance, and fresh creativity, but she don't. So Doechii took them nachos and turned them into a burrito. I know that's right. That
Okay.
tweet makes no sense at all. This other person said, now they're saying Doechii is copying Nicki. It ain't wrong though, but it's the industry, bro. Nothing new. And that's true. I mean, there's nothing really new under the sun. Every new artist who comes out is going to be compared to somebody. It happened to Nicki too. When she first came out, she was compared to Lil Kim. And now fast forward today, you see a lot of different female rappers who come out and they're being compared to Nicki Minaj. And the reason for this is because Nicki has been the most dominant female rapper in this generation. So it's absolutely impossible for her to not have some influence on this new generation of female rappers because she has literally laid laid down the pink print for this. But there is a difference from being inspired and just copying. And some people feel like Doechii is copying Nicki Minaj. Now, I do have a theory about this. I think at times Doechii intentionally sounds like Nicki, and it could be that she's being encouraged by her team to do this as a way to create some buzz and maybe a little bit of controversy.
You know, the thing is, what we haven't seen as opposed to in K-pop is how much freedom and control that these artists in the States have to really like put out a product. Because at the end of the day, you see that they're the face, but there's a lot of people in the team working behind the scenes to get the final product.
You think they don't have the freedom here?
I don't know.
I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
they have creative freedom to do what they want.
It depends who she's signed to. I don't know if she's independent, if she's under a label. But if the song is just her name and her name is long, okay, she has complete freedom to how she delivers the song. But when you start seeing so many credits, composers, people who work the on the song, then is it truly just her on her own deciding how she portrays herself as the final product?
And sometimes I get the feeling that it's almost like a bait for Nicki to respond, and I hope Nicki does not fall for it. But overall, I don't really see Doechii as a Nicki copycat. She doesn't have the whole
This
queen
is really
diva
cool.
baddie aesthetic to her. She's more so very quirky, very theatrical, very eccentric. Some people kind of labeled her the Grace Jones of rap, and that's
Wow.
actually a pretty good comparison. Doechii is pretty out there. She does a lot of different things, and she's very talented. So she has her own style. But the Nicki inspiration is very obvious, and honestly, it's bound to happen. Like I said, Nicki has been so dominant in the music industry that at this point, it's really impossible to.
Right, like there's so much of new stuff you can do. Like, I mean, at some
Mm,
point, like you're bound to run into something that's been done before, you know?
yeah.
Like it's not, I mean, rap genre has been around for a good minute now. So I mean, you're bound to take inspirations from the generations that came before you. So it's
Mm.
not copying, it's anything is homage.
not see anybody inspired by her. So Doechii is definitely inspired, please believe, but I don't want her to mimic
And there's nothing wrong with being inspired by somebody too.
But the way impressive she come across in this video is very, 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 very strongly sided towards Nicki.
Well, she's a barb, so
her
Certified
influences too
barb.
much because people are going to bring those comparisons up, and that's not something she needs. But I do think she'll go far. I think she's very, very, very talented, very versatile, very entertaining. Like, she does check all the boxes of what a superstar should be. So yeah, she's doing her thing. Now moving on, let's talk about Coco Jones. Coco is dropping her debut album, Why Not More, and she recently dropped a new
Wow.
single called Taste, which actually samples Britney Spears' song Toxic. Now, in
oh,
my personal
Oh, that's
opinion,
cool.
we didn't react to it, but interesting. I didn't know
No,
that.
that's cool.
Wow.
I have to say, I do kind of like the song, y'all. Even though Coco was getting ate up
Really?
online about it, I personally like it. Now, as far as the video
I
is
wonder why she
concerned,
get ate
I
up.
wish it was a bit
Let's
more
see.
polished, and I wasn't really a fan of the overly sexual dancing because it just didn't look seamless. It felt a bit forced, and I could tell that Coco was definitely out of her element doing this, and there's no harm with her experimenting, but I kind of prefer the more quiet sultriness, the quiet sensuality that she showcased in some of her other videos. I really liked her
She's
video,
so
Here We Go. I
different
thought that was a
there
great video,
from
and
when
it
she's
showcased
on the show. The show.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah. Like, Hillary, what we doing?
her
Miss
dance
Banks.
moves without her looking a little all over the place and awkward. As
I
far
get
as the song is
it.
concerned, I actually like it. However, some people do not. And I was looking at some of the reactions. Someone said, I wish they would have did this sample a little bit different. Pitch it down or something. She sounds amazing though. Industry songwriters are getting lazier and lazier. Her voice is too good to be
Now I
on this
want to
song.
hear it.
Nobody likes this song.
The way
Meanwhile,
you
I don't think it's
guys
too
are
bad. It's the
spilling.
choral that's off for me. Why they make Britney sound like Cher? This wasn't a good use of a sample. Just sounds off. Who the heck did she let sing the sample? I hate the video. Not gonna lie, Coco is not a dancer, and her trying to be sexy comes across as awkward.
Wow.
This whole video was cringy. I really wish these labels and creative directors would cater to their talent and understand what works for them and what doesn't. I think the choreography
Wow, people really coming at
Yeah, they're
her.
feeling this.
They're coming.
Nah,
Wow.
I want to see it. Like, will I like it?
should have been smoother, slower moves, less counts. Choreography that is too fast looks busy for these type of tempos. I feel like in naming things sexy, everyone is forgetting sensuality. This is terrible sampling. I'm sorry, nothing here sounds fresh or original. She better scrap this from her album. There is still time. Love her down, but this sounds ridiculous. Oh my gosh. With full thoughts, my notes are the song is cute, but if you're gonna touch Toxic, come with a smash. Your dancer needs to be a little more trained to pull this kind of scene off. The world does not want urban mid tempos from her, as bad as she wants to give them Z. This is very,
No idea what that meant.
very Normani coded, and because of that, it's not working. The sample is extremely forced and uncreative too. None of it feels authentic to
And some
Coco.
period.
And I saw
And the thing is, like, these criticisms, it's not like, just people hating, like they're giving like actual
constructive.
constructing criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like seems like people really took it in, thought about it. It's not just like, oh, she sucks or
Yeah.
like, this is trash. Not nothing like that. These are like legit criticism. Oh.
this comment a lot. A lot of people felt like this video reminded them a lot of Normani. And maybe those comparisons are coming because they both are dark-skinned girls. But I will say I do kind of agree in a sense, because some of what Coco Jones was trying to pull off did remind me of something that Normani has done in the past. But Normani is a natural
Yeah, it does kind of look similar though.
dancer, so her movements come across
But as we just talked to Nicki, Normani doesn't own it, so
a lot smoother. But Coco, on the other hand, has different strengths. Now, she can dance, but I don't think she should be throwing it up in the air like that. Like, that's not Coco's vibe. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to beat her up over it. I mean, she's trying something new. She's obviously trying to find herself as an artist right now. So
even
she's
from what I see right now, it does look a little not as seamless as when Normani did it. Like, not as smooth.
yeah, I agree.
But I will say what Coco has done in the past has worked. So I don't want her to drift away too far from that. I don't want her to be listening to people in her ear telling her to sex things up. Everybody doesn't have to be a sex kitten. You know what I mean? That's kind of the box that the industry likes to put a lot of black women in. And Coco is not that type of artist. And I don't want her to feel the pressure of succumbing to that image either. But anyway, tell me what you all think about this video.
Okay. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.